All right, we're about to go live. We are about to go live. This is going to be the BraveMaker virtual party. And let's see, who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? Only the host. Perfect. Yep. All right, so if you're joining us, you are going to be watching some BraveMaker videos, which we're really excited about. So this is going to be live on Facebook. And then we're going to be live. Oh my goodness, we're going to be live on our webinar, but we think it's important for people to be able to share some things. So let's do it. Let's do some sharing. Let's do some sharing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we got to broadcast this. Right? How do we do this? Everybody's watching live. You get a little free show here. Free show, free show, free show, free show. Awesome. Okay, YouTube is live. Now I just got to make sure everything else is live. Private mode only. Attendees cannot join until you broadcast. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to broadcast. We're going to broadcast it out. Awesome. So if you're here early, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm Tony Gaffastone. Welcome to the BraveMaker virtual party. I got my music playing. I got my mocktail, sweet tea. But those who are early birds who are joining on early, you're going to get to see some videos. So awesome. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, we got 10 minutes till the official party starts, but why not share some history? So let's share some history, shall we? I think we shall. Here we go.
I had this big dream in 2018 to start a film festival in Redwood City because I love this city so much. And that dream sort of snowballed into starting a whole nonprofit called BraveMaker that exists to elevate brave stories for diversity and inclusion. And so we have a film festival and a monthly screening series, and we want you to come be a part of it. So our first event happened December 2018, and we had a packed house. Bay Area filmmaker Richard Levine was there to screen his film Collision. So we had a really awesome discussion. I'm looking forward to more of these every month. BraveMaker is looking for brave storytellers. We want to curate film screenings monthly, and we want to have transforming conversations about life's meaningful topics.
But I made the film hoping that even people that don't agree with me on everything, people who are maybe on the fence about this issue, there's a whole bunch of things that I think almost everybody can agree about.
And now we have to be able to speak, and we have to be able to give testimony and help those who don't have a voice and be their voice.
Amazing turnout for our sneak preview screening of Collisions with BraveMaker, and I was really happy to see the audience and to hear the way they reacted to the film, and super honored to be have as our sponsors Immigrant Rising and Catholic Charities, and yeah, just honored to be here and looking forward to the festival in June.
So BraveMaker is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we exist on the generosity of our donors. So if you feel compelled to support the vision to elevate brave voices for diversity and inclusion, go to bravemaker.com today and become one of our BraveMaker partners. And to check out more of our events to find out what screening is coming next near you.
Brave stories change the world!
Yes, awesome. Okay, we're going to continue with our preview videos. I'm going to welcome in my special guest and co-host, Christina Jackson. She should be here. I'm playing my music, so if you're an early bird, you are with us. There she is. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Christina? You're on mute, but I see you. I see your lips moving. You there?
Hey. There you are. Now you're unmuted, I think. Awesome. Well, we're a few minutes before, so if you are all joining us live, we're super glad that you're here. We like to reward people who come early, so we're going to be showing some videos and some anticipatory type things. Christina, give me a little shout out. You there?
What's going on, Tony? Man, I had sound and then no video, and then video no sound. Here I am. It's all working.
Yes, awesome. Well, I got my music playing in the background here. Okay, it's got to be a party.
Oh, yeah.
I have my mocktail, my sweet tea.
I have my mocktail here as well.
Nice. Hair on point, looking like a superhero as always.
Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I thought I'd switch it up. It's a special day. It's a special occasion.
Special day. Daquan is in the chat. We have about 12 people who are here early, which is amazing. There's 113 people RSVP'd for today. So let's keep going. If you're here early, this is great. We're going to show some behind the scenes of Piccolo, which is going to be screened today. So check it out. Here we go. Hey, I'm Tony Gapastone on location here in LA at a studio, recording the voices for this new animated short film called Piccolo. And Piccolo is adapted from a children's book that is being written by Valerie Kumra. Then we had this idea, why don't we take the story of the book and put it into animation? The story is a much needed story for our day and time, and we hope it inspires, makes people laugh, and helps us all to become more inclusive and better human beings.
It's a great pleasure to be here. I absolutely love this Piccolo project. I'm touched and honoured that I'm in it. A great message about inclusion and about kids not being left out. I feel particularly connected to this because I have a 3-year-old and I leave him out of stuff.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Aquila.
So we love Tony. Anything he does, we're on board.
But anytime, we like to say, anytime Tony's doing something creative and we can try and be a part of it and support it, we're in.
And of course, an animated short.
It's awesome. I'm Aiden. I am the voice actor for Piccolo. I got sent the script and I read over it. It was a super cute, super fun script. And I really liked the character of Piccolo and that whole character journey. I was instantly drawn to the character. I think most people, a lot of people face a lot of challenges and difficulties that they go through in their lives. And at times it can feel like you're never going to be able to get past it, or you're never going to be able to find someone who's going to understand where you're coming from. And I think this script really brings light to that, and you can really see how Piccolo, finds his way and he finds that special person. And I think everyone needs to have that type of special person in their life that can be their advocate and that can really look out for them.
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Gapastone.
And I'm Ava Speaks.
We're in LA. We just produced an animated short film today. April, as of like 3 days ago, didn't know she was going to be even on this project.
No, this was great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a good day.
Good day. Loretta Devine, Adam Campbell, Aiden Langford, 3 talents who are going to be leading this project, and we're really stoked to be able to put it out and share it. It's got a good story. So thanks to Valerie Kumra, who couldn't be here, who's our executive producer, who created the idea and let me write it and direct it today. So that's it for now.
Awesome.
Yes, and we're back again. Thanks to everybody for joining in early. I really appreciate you being a part of what we're doing here. I'm Tony Gapastone. I'm the founder and the director of BraveMaker. I've got my little mocktail here, and my co-host and friend Christina Jackson is jumping in here. We're still waiting for the exact time, so 3 p.m. Pacific time. I got my music for the virtual party. Christina's dancing. We're trying. We're doing it. This is something.
We're going to go wild when we get out of quarantine. We're just going to go so wild.
All right. Well, we got one more video to share before we jump into the real pate. So keep hanging out and watching us. And we're going to show one more video. So don't go away as we pull up. This is a special video that is about a friend of mine named Jennifer who came to one of our events, and watching a movie changed her life. How often can we say that watching a movie can change someone's life, right? It's not every day that someone's story changes them, right? So we are going to share a quick little backstory of Jennifer Marini, and she will be sharing about how the movie, a short film named Guardian, really gave her an opportunity to reestablish her friendship and a relationship with her son.
Well, I saw that movie. I always thought I was a great mom, and I gave my son my all, you know, and unconditional. And until I saw that movie, it made me realize I judged him and I reacted wrong. It was very sad, not only for my son, myself. I felt like I hurt him bad, and that was never my intention. I had flashes of my son when I found out that he was gay, or I didn't really find out. I just kind of caught an uncomfortable situation, and I reacted bad, probably as bad as the dad did, and I had to find ways to apologize and just realize that there's a lot about me that I have to deal with, and I didn't deal with it. Probably stems from my past, and it wasn't fair to like have it impact him like that. Should have dealt with my own problems before having to react that way. Hi, I'm Jennifer Marini. My story with BraveMaker, it was from The Guardian. Who knew that a movie would impact me? I mean, never. I've been in movies my whole life. Seen documentaries, and never ever once have I walked out of there shook to my core. I needed a lot of help. I needed some therapy. I needed some group. I needed to talk about it. I needed to deal with my own internal, my fears, my sadness, my own devastation in life. It started me a whole new of how I think and how I act and how I react. I mean, that's definitely a big thing now. Like, I think before I react, and I've never done that. I think I was just always fly off the handle, or just went with whatever came out of my mouth. And I never realized how words can really hurt somebody. And not only that, but words and actions are just two double negatives, you know? So I definitely, thanks to you, I've seen a lot more. I've opened my eyes a lot more, and I feel more at peace, almost like, because I'm dealing with it. I'm not 100% there. I mean, there's a lot of things family-wise and son-wise, but I'm closer to my son. I have to apologize to him and his partner. I have to rebuild both of those relationships, and you've helped me do that. That movie helped me do that, knowing that no matter how long it takes me, it's worth that time. He's my son. I need him, and he needs me. I think that by you telling your stories, you need to know that it makes a difference. And if it changes one person, it could change 10, it could change 20, make it small into a village, and you just go from there. And everybody will be talking about BraveMaker, and it's definitely worth your time, your money, whatever it supports, because without you, I can't imagine I wouldn't be who I am right now. So that's BraveMaker to me.
Well, hello and hello and hello, and welcome to the BraveMaker virtual party. This has been a long time coming. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope if you came in early, you saw some videos. That was Jennifer Marini talking about how a movie changed her life. That's what we're all about. I've got my co-host, Christina. What's up, Christina?
Hey, what's going on? Some powerful stuff, Tony.
Lives can be impacted by people telling their stories and sharing their truths. And we've been planning this event for a long time. I have 2 screens going on right now. I'm troubleshooting, I'm producing, I'm clicking, I'm bringing people in. I've also got I don't know if you can hear this, but I've got my little party music going on. So I want to encourage you, if you're joining us, make it a party, get comfortable. I have to have clothes on. You don't necessarily. So do whatever makes it worthwhile to you. I have a mocktail. You can have a real one. I have some sweet tea.
I'm actually still drinking coffee.
You're drinking coffee. I love it. At 3 o'clock California time. We got people from all over the place. Thank you for joining in. We see people, Lydia chiming in. Hello, Christine. Please use the chat. We would love to hear from you. We're trying to make this really interactive today. If you're joining and you're like, what in the world is BraveMaker? Who in the heck are you all? Well, we are definitely going to tell you more about what we do and who we are, and really just kind of share, hopefully, something that's going to excite you, our vision, the projects that we are working on, the things that we have, been able to put together because of the power of your support. We are a BraveMaker. We are supported from all over the world by people who are generous in their donations. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. And the quick and short is we started in 2018. I started because I really wanted to make films, and I really wanted to also see justice happen in the world. The only way that I really know how to do it is through creativity. So we launched BraveMaker as this 501c3 nonprofit, and it's been going for a little over 2 years now. We had our first event in December of 2018. And then I met Christina in January of 2019. And Christina, kind of share a little bit about how that went and what your connection has been since that time.
Yeah, that was so wild. So it was kind of towards the end of my reign as Miss Wheelchair California, and I had a mentor invite me to a red carpet event in Redwood for the screening of I'll Push You. And she was so insistent. She's like, you have to come. You have to meet Tony. And I was like, I really don't think I can do it. I've been doing so many events, and I just got back from Vegas, and I had pneumonia, and I had so much going on. But she was like, you have to meet Tony. I was like, Tony? And then she said your last name, Tony Gapastione. I was like,
Gapastione.
Gapastione. I was like, Tony G. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And that name just really, I don't know, like it, you know why. So there's background story to that, but that name just resonated with me. And I thought, wow, I have to go meet Tony. And so I did. And here we are. Here we are now. We've been rocking and rolling ever since. I want to say we jumped in immediately after that introduction. We've been doing projects and filming and writing and teaching and learning together, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, I love your collaborative partnership. I'm so grateful for you. And so those of you, some of you are here because you want to see Piccolo, and you're a supporter of Piccolo, which we're really excited to share our very first episode of Piccolo. But first, we would love some interaction. So if you are at your computer right now and you want to post a little selfie of you, take a picture of yourself. You don't have to have Vulcan ears like I do in the picture, but post a picture of yourself in front of your computer, put it on social media, tag us. We are BraveMaker.org. Use the hashtag BraveMaker, and we would love to reshare that. But we want people to know about our work because, about 2 years ago, we thought we were just going to be a film festival. We thought we were just going to be, doing films, film screenings, creating a name in the Bay Area. But since COVID, things totally shifted. We had to pivot. We didn't know if we would survive even because all of our bread and butter were these public live events, like many of you. So if you're just joining, again, my name is Tony Gapastione with my co-host Christina Jackson. We're talking about our nonprofit BraveMaker. So around April, we pivoted and started doing everything online. We realized that not only could we share our films online and have virtual discussions, but that we could host these conversations about justice and diversity and inclusion, racial equity, disability representation. I mean, for goodness sake, we have Miss California Wheelchair, who's a part of our team. We must talk about these important issues. I knew I needed to learn along the way too. So since around April, we've been hosting these online conversations, partnering in these corporate events, and it's been really life-giving. And not to be frank, it's helped us survive as a nonprofit that was, primarily doing these live events. What else will we do? And the great thing is we've pivoted even more. You're going to hear about today in this creative realm where we're creating content for you. So that leads us to this interactive question. I'd love to see you in the chat. What media, book, music, movie, film, even social media, Instagram could do this too. What's helped you through 2020? What is it that has done it for you? Please go ahead and put your stuff in the chat. Our producer and programmer, Jessica Musgrave, is in the chat too, and she's going to be also sharing these things along the way. But Christina, what would you say has been something for you that has helped you just survive along these past 7 months?
Definitely art collaboration, staying active, staying creative, having projects that I look forward to getting up every day and working on. I took Tony's screenwriting class. I'm in the middle of publishing my first comic book. That's super exciting. That's something that is exhilarating and energizing, and it gets me up, and I'm excited to work on it. And I'm working on a short film now, taking Tony's short film class. So just staying creative, staying connected with the things that keep me feeling alive and energized and activated. Definitely for media, I'm loving all the superhero shows. Obviously, I'm a fan of superheroes, Black Lightning, Black Dynamite, Lovecraft Country. Just got into that. The Boys. I mean, there's so much good stuff out there right now if you're a comic book superhero fan. And so I've just been diving in, getting inspired, staying energized, and just trying to enjoy living in the present moment and having fun and learning.
Yeah, right on. Living in the present, learning is a big thing. We have Hollis is saying music and writing, praying, staying active, creating YouTube content. Yes. Dan says Steven Pinker book. It says Enlightenment Now. His thesis argues the world is actually getting better. That's interesting. We need that book. Dan is our board director. You'll hear more from him later. Crystal, our newest board member, we'll talk about her later too. She's enjoyed all the Taika Waititi films, and they've gotten her through this year. Right on. Lydia says the Why Won't You Date Me in Best Friends podcast. That's cool. By Nicole Byer. Oh, yeah. Energy boost, she says. Fantastic. And Valerie said, this is so awesome to be here. Valerie, we're glad that you're here. Last one I'll say is Daniel, hey, is in Indonesia, says that the community has really helped him get through. And he seconds that. Kristen seconds that. She loves that book. I'm thinking you're talking about what Dan said earlier, a favorite murder podcast by Crystal also. And at Dan Prody, Mallory says, gonna check that out. Love it and well thought optimism. Keep going in the chat. Go ahead.
I'm gonna add books. Yeah, I'm inspired now. So also books, a lot of reading, and a book that I continuously recommend is The Path to Love, because there's so much negativity and hate around us, and we don't really have the tools to really get back to a harmonious space. So I love Deepak Chopra's The Path to Love, and also his 7 spiritual laws for success is exceptional. It's a gift. I give it actually as a gift all the time. So those are my 2 favorite books. Keep me inspired, keep me feeling light and peaceful.
Yes, right on. Books, peace, bring it on. So, hey, if you're just joining in, I'm seeing some people are just joining in. Welcome. I'm Tony Gapisone, founder of BraveMaker, and today we are having a virtual party, and we want to tell you what's coming up. So we are a nonprofit that is dedicated to brave voices. We're dedicated to seeing change, impact in the world through the arts. And one of the things that we really care about is justice, diversity, and inclusion. And we have a really cool documentary we are working on this year all about how students, middle school, high school, and college students are working through their understanding of what it means to be anti-racist. So this is something that's going to be working on all the rest of 2020 and going into 2022. We're also excited to be sharing later on some of the other fiscally sponsored projects that we've done. But before we get there, I want to share with you a video by some of the people in the BraveMaker team about how their experiences with BraveMaker has impacted them. So I'm going to pull up the screen and share with you. By the way, if you are a social media person, would you please share what we're doing today? You can go to bravemaker.org and share about just share our links. That helps us get the word out, and that means a lot to us that you believe in the work that we're doing. One of the things that I love is that so many people have believed in me and this vision that allow me to believe in other people too. So take a look at this video. It's 2 minutes long about the impact of this work that we are doing. Stand by.
BraveMaker is an organization that advocates for justice, it advocates for freedom of religion, it also advocates for acceptance of cultures and inclusivity.
To me, BraveMaker is very much important because of the environment that it creates for people who are shy and still trying to come out of their shell and go outside of their comfort zone, especially in topics and areas where they struggle a little bit. BraveMaker is the brave space for artists alike to just get together and be vulnerable together.
BraveMaker is a place where filmmakers can create meaningful content that speaks to the need of change, diversity, inclusion. I am proud to be a part of this nonprofit because I'm here to help elevate those stories as a cinematographer and editor. So far, I'm living a dream. Brave stories change the world.
BraveMaker in totality as an organization is an organization that works to change the world through brave stories, through inclusion, diversity, basically just exposing the world to a different perspective than what we're used to.
I met Tony at the end of June and he told me about BraveMaker. He told me about how he wanted to bring more diversity and inclusion into the film industry, and he wanted to raise, unheard voices and just create a great creative space also for people to learn and expand. And I thought, yeah, I want to be involved with that.
My name's Evan Horia. I started with BraveMaker in my sophomore year of high school. I've met the most amazing people at BraveMaker and in the BraveMaker community. I have started my own company to help other people in the community, such as BraveMaker, and it has inspired me to do so much on my own and with BraveMaker.
The word that comes to mind, or the phrase that comes to mind when I think of BraveMaker, to borrow a phrase from Brene Brown, BraveMaker dares greatly.
All right, well, we are continuing our live party here, and I got my party glasses on, so these are my happy glasses. If you're just joining, hopefully you got to see the video we just shared. All these videos will also be on YouTube as well, but we're really proud of all of the people who give their time and who've been impacted. I love seeing Aya, one of our screenwriters, who's actually in the chat right now. So proud of you, Aya, for the Sundance glasses. Ed says, I love all the creativity that's happened. Aya is a great example of someone who jumped in and she's writing her first feature film, which is super, super exciting. Evan, this guy, he's not a kid, but he's a student, and he started a program, an app called Grindstone. Look up Grindstone. It's it's an app for high school students to get jobs in the Bay Area. It's just so amazing that we can do these. We can inspire people to go after their dreams, and we're going to continue to do that. So grateful for everybody who continues to contribute. And this is something that, as you're watching today, to know that, if you are one of our donors or you will become one of our donors, this is how your finances, this is where they're going, to support these stories and to support these, human beings with dreams and passions that are going out there. And Jessica, who's one of our producers and our programmer, she's linking things in the chat if you want to follow up on some of the things we're talking. But we got to do a raffle. All right, let's do a raffle. I'm going to play my party music, and I need I need Christina, you to give me a number. Let's see, between 1 and 57.
28.
28. Okay, let me see here. 28. 28, 1 and 28. Melissa Romano, you are a winner of I'm going to put your name down, and we're going to follow up with you. You get to choose between an iTunes card, an Apple, or an iTunes, an Amazon, or a Starbucks card. And we will follow up on your email because we have your email since you all RSVP'd. So yes. Super. We have 2 more of those, so stay tuned. Free stuff. I love it. Okay, we have some cool more news that's coming up. So Christina, this is all about your next big project. I am going to pull up our next slide, but BraveMaker has been doing a podcast for the past 2 years almost. We have about 80 episodes where filmmakers, writers, directors, actors from all over the world share their story. It's available on all the platforms, iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and Google and blah, blah, blah. You can subscribe to that. We encourage you to do that. But we have a new thing coming. Christina, can you tell us about the new podcast coming out?
This is super exciting. So just to go back a little bit, I met Tony during the end of my reign as Miss Wheelchair California 2018. And I have teamed up with the current Miss Wheelchair California 2020, Christine Burke, and her and I are launching our podcast officially today. So we have a podcast called The Wheel Queens of SF. Yes, I love her so much. We have such a beautiful connection. We're both UOP Tigers. We graduated from the University of the Pacific. out of Stockton, California, and she actually lives right down the street from me now, and we're out in the East Bay, so it's beautiful. And we're launching our podcast, and our goal is to put the disability back in diversity. She is also an actress. She's in the theater world. She's a beautiful singer. I'm just so thrilled to be working with her and bringing these stories to life. So that's what's to come.
I am so excited for this because I'm learning a lot about what this looks like. One of the reasons why I started BraveMaker was because I felt super ignorant. I didn't know the realities of the inequity in the world. I truly felt like, I'm a person who cares about, injustices. I'm a person who would say, I'm not racist. But now I no longer I can't say I'm not racist anymore because I am. I have biases. And we, in these conversations, Christina as being a friend, but also a colleague and mentor, helping me see some of these really important issues that I have missed. And so I'm really inspired by what we're doing. And I'm not saying, hey, I know it all. I have all the answers. I'm saying, no, I'm just a fellow learner. And Christina, I'm really, really grateful to partner with you in this new endeavor. There's two podcasts out in the world right now, 2 Wheel Queens podcasts already. And so this is something I feel like we just need more conversations. There are millions of people with disabilities, and many of them are invisible, right? Some people happen to use a wheelchair, and so you can see them, but others are not. And that's one of the things that's just really been mind blowing. So yeah, so the people are saying, Hollis, this is so beautiful. I just love diversity and inclusivity. Christine, Wheel Queens Queen herself, is in the chat. Christine, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so go and find this amazing podcast and find out about what they're talking about. They're going to have special guests, celebrity guests, and all these other kind of really fun things. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about it, Christina?
If you're interested in, this is about films. So we're going to dig in future episodes, really start understanding how disability representation in films, the pros and cons of it, how it could be done better to really uplift and support the disability community for those of us with visible disabilities and invisible disabilities. We're talking about all of it. And really our goal is to celebrate life for people with disabilities and to start normalizing these conversations so people don't feel uncomfortable or awkward or feel other than. So that is really our goal. Disability, aging, injury, illness, like all those things we don't really like to talk about, we tackle it in the show. Our goal really is to normalize these conversations because we really feel like once you get to that point and you just erase all the stigma and fear around it, like we can all just live and party and celebrate together and understand each other better. So that's the goal.
More understanding. Yes. BraveMaker exists to elevate brave stories for justice, diversity, inclusion. And again, thank you if you're joining us for this virtual party. We can't do it without you. So we invite you to consider, as you're hearing all these great things that we get to do, becoming a partner with us today. I'm so proud of this podcast, but also we have filmmakers who are making their films with BraveMaker and under BraveMaker. And it's really cool because right now we have Medina Papel, an animated short film made by a predominantly team of women. We have The New Roxy, which is a full-length documentary about a Black family that owns a theater in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And Daryl, who lives in Redwood City, California, is the filmmaker who will be documenting his life and how they survived. And we are really proud to support them, partner with them, and mentor him. And then finally, we have The Scarlet Thread, which is in post-production right now, that was written and directed by Terry Smith, one of my friends that I've known for some time, who became friends with me as she partnered with me on our films, 1440 and Counting and Neighbor. And so I want to just shout Terry out today, but I also want to show you a little sneak peek into her film. The Scarlet Thread will probably be coming out beginning of 2021. But we have a 1-minute trailer that I want to show you, and there's still time to jump on if you'd like to support this. What I love about this film is that it's based on some real life experiences that Terry dealt with as somebody who had an addiction to gambling. And we like talking about those uncomfortable things. We like making normalizing discomfort, normalize discomfort, because that's how we grow. So take a look at the Scarlet Thread official trailer.
I didn't. I wouldn't.
We have you on surveillance tape at the school.
I think I need to speak to a lawyer.
Yo, it's true. About the Toms? Yeah. How do you know? Yeah, my dad told me last night. I know.
You're good at it. You're a great teacher. You care more than most people.
I thought you cared.
You ruined our family.
You're gonna get what you deserve. You're a joke.
I knew we couldn't trust you. Confess, you did it.
God, please.
Yikes, Terry. We're so proud of you, Terry. As I produce and multitask here, I'm going to bring back Christina. So yeah, please follow. You can go to bravemaker.com/thescarletthread to find out more information about the Scarlet Thread and what's coming up. If you are a filmmaker or you know a filmmaker that wants to make a movie, that wants to put their film out into the world, that's why we're here. We really, really, really want to help people make their movies and tell their stories. You know, we have these BraveMaker screenwriting classes, and we've done about 6, 7, 8 of them so far. I'm not even sure, but it's so fun to see people sharing their story. So thank you all so much for doing what you do and supporting us and being a part, rooting us on, even just sharing us on social media does a lot. So I'm excited because I'm going to bring in my friend and co-collaborator, Mark, who is a producer, director in San Francisco, California. Hello, Mark Smolowitz.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing great. Mark, I can't remember if you've even met Christina in the past. I'm trying to remember. Have you?
I have not had the pleasure. Hello, Christina. Nice to meet you. You're muted, but nice to meet you.
So Christina knows, she's very familiar with the film The Thorns We Live With. But so we wanted to give you a little BraveMaker community, a little sneak peek into this feature film that has been in the works. That's based on this true story. That's something that's happened in my family. I've written it many, many iterations later. We're at a full length script, and Mark and I have been working together right before the pandemic hit. We were working together to start launching this film into the world, and then things got put on a pause, but we've redirected, we've kind of regrouped, and we've got some exciting news. So yeah, Mark, can you just introduce yourself to people so they can know a little bit about you and then the work that you've been doing with me on this project?
Of course, with pleasure. So as Tony mentioned, we came together to work on Thorns late last year, and we all thought we were having one kind of 2020, came out strong in January and February with all kinds of big goals for all the movies that we're making. And the pandemic hit, and it really sort of upended the film and entertainment industries without question. And like everyone who is an independent filmmaker or a film festival or a film organization, if you are indie, you had to pivot. Pivot was how we woke up in the morning and how we got through every day, 5 days a week, when we were showing up to try and make our movies happen this year. And of course, it was not safe to do independent production, and in still many ways is not entirely safe to do independent film production. So Tony and I, we sort of put Thorns on a different schedule, but we have been doing some really, really important work in the background on packaging and getting the movie sort of to a place where it can be really presented to competitive financiers, to cast, to all the sort of stakeholders in the mainstream entertainment industry. This one is aiming high and hopes to be, around a $3 million movie, shot in the San Francisco Bay Area. Here you're getting a snapshot of our lookbook, which are our main pitch deck, which we created together to kind of, give the movie a look and start to communicate it to funders. So we're delighted that the fall seems to be a time where we've been able to return to fundraising and have it make sense that art and culture matter, that we need movies, we need them in order to, there will be a world to return to. It may look very different in 2021 or 2022, but it's going to be there, and we're going to need good storytelling from independent artists to remind us that of what humanity really, can look and feel like. When we're not just stuck in a pandemic. And this movie will be one of those movies. We really are excited to get it up and running. Tony, you can tell them more about this story. I mean, what I will tell them is that, it takes a village to make a movie, and we're going to try and kick off that village on November 21st. So we're going to have a targeted virtual house party, which is a fundraiser for Thorns on November 21st. So this is sort of our save the date for that event. Please, be our megaphones, be, signal boost, amplify. If you know people who want to support independent scripted narrative feature filmmaking that is set in the Bay Area involving Bay Area talents, that's what we're aiming for here. A really high quality movie where a lot of actors and actresses come into town from, Los Angeles and elsewhere, but really most of what is happening with Thorns will be very homegrown and really build on the strengths that BraveMaker leans into and supports and cultivates. What I will say, and I just, I like to kind of chime in with sort of, this sort of full-throated endorsement when I can, and it's an easy one in this instance, Tony, for you. So I just met Tony in November of last year at an event, and it was one of those sort of sparkly meetings where you meet someone where you're like, this is someone that I'm gonna have, future prospects with. And we made a meeting happen. Drove down from San Francisco to Redwood City, and within a matter of days, we had figured out a relationship where I was on board, his project. And I really think that, Tony, what has been so beautiful around getting to know you this year is seeing your pivot, with the pandemic, and BraveMaker's pivot with the pandemic. Nonprofit organizations, arts and culture organizations, advocacy organizations, you're kind of all of the above and more at BraveMaker. Many have been, closing up shop, if not permanently, temporarily, in order to survive this very difficult time. And you just went into, how can you be a partner in solutions? You were out there podcasting, you were, showing people that, there was a reason to engage. And then when the, political unrest happened with Black Lives Matter, you jumped in and you showed people that allies can engage. And I just, I've been really enjoying being a part of your circle this year and feeling the energy that is around you, and all the people like Christina who are with you in this journey, own journeys, but are seeing that we are part of a bigger collective when it comes to making media, making film, making art. Is not, it's not a solo endeavor. And during the pandemic, it's very easy to feel isolated in your journey as a creative professional or an artist or a filmmaker. We need organizations like BraveMaker now more than ever. And I'm just delighted that my work with you as a producer on Thorns has exposed me to this beautiful community that you have helped to create and support. So by extension, if there are people who are supporting BraveMaker, I hope they will support you individually in your journey as an independent filmmaker, because you are talented. If you guys have not seen Tony's shorts, there's a sort of a kind of raw honesty that he is willing to undertake storytelling that is really, really spot on in this moment, and a willingness to tackle tough issues, suicide, divorce, LGBTQ families. It's just, there's, Thorns is an ensemble movie where every dysfunctional member of that family has an issue that they bring to the table in that family. And so as a consequence, the movie really does, it has so much in it, because that is really how our lives are in families, right? Every family member always has, brings who they are to the family, and all the sort of challenge and opportunities that come with being a part of a large and beautiful, complex family. So please, save the date, November 21st. Thorns will be kicked off in a way that really tries to get it up and running for 2021. And nice to be a part of this wonderful event. I'm happy to stay on and answer any questions in the chat and just be a part of this wonderful, wonderful gathering. So thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Yeah, really grateful for Mark's partnership. And what I'd love to do is share a special song. So, this film is based on the real experience that my family went through as we lost my grandmother to suicide. And just as a rephrase, something that I've learned along the way is the phrase commit suicide criminalizes people in this space and brings shame and hurt upon families that are trying to grieve and move forward. But the idea that people don't, when they get to this place, it's because they're hopeless, not selfish, maybe, right? So how do we reframe a family walking through this? And I've experienced a lot of just my own hurt and need for therapy and healing. And the way that I can heal is by telling a story and recrafting what this might look like. I reached out to a friend of mine who also lost a loved one to suicide as well. And she was so grateful, or generous, I should say, to me to put together a song for me based on a poem that I wrote about my grandmother when I lost her. And we are using this as a way to kind of promote the film and talk about the content of the film. So we're going to share it for the first time today. Her name is Andrea Hamilton. She's going to do a quick 1-minute little video beforehand. So you're going to get to see right now the song called Thorns. I hope you enjoy it and it brings some encouragement to your heart as well.
Once made in the image, but it comes unhinged. We are twisted and divided, and I'm just trying to protect our messes, ever frail and intertwined. Like you, I'm scarred, but I'm healing now from all the scenes I can't rewind, and I promise I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns, through the thorns. You lied and told you we'd be better off now, better off without you here. All their opinions tear the bandage again, 'cause they don't know the type of fear. If you could stay, I know you would, I know that. But our instincts fail us, and I promise I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns, through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns. I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the thorns, through the thorns.
Well, thank you for watching that, and thank you to my friend Andrea. I played the wrong clip because she'd sent me one with her doing a little intro, and I'll have to repost that in the comments because it's beautiful. She did a little 30-second intro to the song, and I will post that in the comments later. But thank you so much, everybody, for your comments. Yeah, it's not available in iTunes yet. It will be. I see. Thank you to Kwan for bringing that up, and Wanisa, so great to see you, and Kristen, thank you for posting in the chat. We're going to make this movie. I'm confident. You know, movies take a long time to make, and you got to believe in it, and you got to find a way to make it happen. Again, I'm grateful that Mark is joining me in this process. And once again, if you'll get an email if you were part of this today as a reminder, an invitation to come to our Zoom party on November 21st. And we would love to have you if you'd like to talk more about this film. But go to bravemaker.com/thorns if you want to look at more. If you want to see our PDF and hear more about our vision beforehand, we would love to do that as well. Mark, any final thoughts before we move forward?
I think a lot of it, I'll leave your audience with this. Fundraising is a big lift for any independent movie, for any independent arts project, right? So, and I think a lot of people hear fundraising and they feel overwhelmed. They don't see themselves in that conversation. And I want to encourage everyone to see themselves inside that kind of conversation. I think crowdfunding has really shown us that we're all stakeholders when it comes to uplifting the creative arts. And yeah, don't see yourself as a backer or a donor or a producer or an investor, in a movie on the scale that we're trying to make happen with Thorns. You never know who you know, and you never know what other kind of value you might bring to the table. So do pay attention to when people up and go out, because this is one of those projects that really needs the community to get excited about. So that's my last word.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for continuing to watch. We're going to do another raffle. Mark, give me a number, 1 to 54.
33.
33. Okay, you're going to have to stand by, everybody, to find out who 33 is as we move on, because I got to multitask here. But thank you, Mark. You're great. I want to tell you that we are continuing to make stuff. Here's a picture of Joseph Abitia, who was a part of our screenwriting class in October 2019. And here's us in August of 2020, filming the very short film that he wrote in our class. It happens. It will happen. It's great. I also want to encourage you, go to our BraveMaker.org YouTube page. We're actually streaming live there right now. This is a picture when we had 121 subscribers. Now we have a little over 200. Might you bring us over to 215 today, y'all? Excuse me, I'm getting a little tipsy with my mocktail over here. Woo!
That's great.
But Christina and I are hosting conversations weekly. Every week, we host a conversation Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's great. We're hosting makeup artists and writers and dancers and actors and all sorts of lovely people. We're having a blast. And it's official to be able to say it's on the weekly basis. Like, how cool is that?
It's wild. It's wild, right? It's wild. Like, where are we? What are we doing?
What is going on? This is happening. Things are happening. Again, we thank you, supporters. If you want to become a supporter, please do that today. We'll tell you how. But I need to thank our board of directors because, nonprofits have guiding teams that help make this happen. And we have Ivan Martinez and Crystal Cardenas and Dan Perotti and Indalisa Montoro. Without these four guiding us, I can't do this work. Crystal is our newest board member, and I'm just really grateful for her. She works in Redwood City at Box, and I was going through the archive. Look, I found a picture of Crystal at our very first event, December 2018. She brought her employee resource group from Box, the Latinx ERG, Employee Resource Group, and she supported our very first film, Collisions, and now she is a part of our team. And I'm so, so, so grateful for what she brings as a businesswoman, as a Latina. We're really grateful for you, Crystal. She's in the chat too. So welcome, Crystal, to our team. And at the same time, we're saying goodbye to Indalisa Montoro, who is, after 2 years, stepping away as she reconfigures her business and life. And we're just so grateful for the 2 years of wisdom and compassion and grace that she shared, and also just a woman of integrity that Indalisa, the character that Indalisa brought to our team. So we will be growing our team. If you have suggestions for people who can help lead this nonprofit into the next chapter, please submit something to me, Tony@bravemaker.com. But I'm going to share with you a word from Dan Perotti. Dan is the vice president of our board, and he's a man of business. He's a man who helped strengthen my understanding of what the vision for BraveMaker was going to be, because at first I thought it was going to be one thing, and then it became something else. And it was actually really cool to see how it has changed, from the very beginning until now. So I'm gonna turn our cameras off again, and you're gonna have a great video from Dan Perotti, the Italian Dan Perotti, who is supposed to be in Italy right now, but because of the pandemic, he's still with us. But so here, please enjoy. I'm seeing all of your comments, by the way, too. Thank you so much for everybody for welcoming Crystal and for subscribing. I really appreciate all of your support and love. And Christina and I will be back in a few minutes after you get to hear from Dan Perotti. So stand by, and thank you so much, Dan, for putting together this video for us. I got to make sure I shared, as the multitasking that I am, make sure you share the sound. And yes, okay, here you go. Enjoy. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today. My name is Dan Perotti. I've been part of the BraveMaker board since inception, and it's my privilege today to invite you into financial partnership with BraveMaker. It would be ill-fitting, I think, to invite you into partnership with BraveMaker or talk about BraveMaker without sharing at least a brief story. Many years ago, I was involved with a group that was managing a business co-working space incubator in San Francisco, and along with a retail cafe that was downstairs. So one morning, I was startled to hear a man shouting downstairs angrily. And when I looked down and saw that he was shouting at no one, just the air, one of those classic San Francisco moments. I noticed the cafe staff looking up at me with pleading eyes. So I went down to alleviate the situation. And so as I walked downstairs, I noticed a hush began to kind of fall over the workspace. And by the time I got to the bottom of the stairs, I realized that these next moments were crucial. It was less about what I did and how I did them that really mattered. I grabbed a stool and pulled it up next to the man, and I sat down, extended my hand, introduced myself, and welcomed him into the space. Asked him how his coffee was, and he had never been in before. So I explained the work that we did and pointed out some of the different groups that were working on some pretty cool stuff at the time. And I also told him about this coffee drink that we had developed that I was pretty excited about, that was designed to help alleviate human trafficking in Peru, which he seemed kind of keen on. So I had the cafe staff bring a bottle over and open that with 2 cups, and we shared that and talked a little bit more. Learned a little bit about his story, where he lived, that he was working in the neighborhood for the next couple of weeks. Even shared a little bit some of his personal struggles with me. And as we wrapped up, I handed him my business card and told him if he was ever in again and needed anything to ask for me. And we shook hands, and that was pretty much it. And I went back upstairs. The office slowly came back to life. He sat there for another 20 minutes, never made a peep. And Lawrence would come in every day to the cafe, order a coffee, sit in the same seat for half an hour, and never again made another disturbance. So what does this story have to do with the financial partnership with BraveMaker? I think for me, this story just reminds me of 2 things that Tony Capistone says all the time. He says, brave stories change the world, and you are the story. And I guess for me, what that means is embodying the way that we ultimately would like to see the world think and behave. And when we do that, it leaves ripples that literally change the world. In this little moment with Lawrence, where I feel like it was one of those rare times where I was aware enough to do the right thing, was less about the interaction with him and more about the rest of the people in the office who had the opportunity to engage with that story at that time. And it just shows the power of story, and it shows the power of what BraveMaker brings to the table. That kind of work is rare and unique in today's age, and I think work like that needs to be fueled, it needs to be let loose, it needs to continue to blow through barriers. We live in a really weird time where there's so much noise and so many voices that are trying to tell us how we should think, how we should act, the things that we should care about. And I think what BraveMaker offers is a platform to engage with story that provokes us to think and care and act in ways that ultimately resonate with our personal, deeply held values. I think that's the work that's worth getting behind and funding and supporting and partnering with. So here's my request today. I'd like you to contribute, obviously, and I want you to strongly consider making a monthly contribution, whatever the amount is. And here's why. It's less about, oh, it helps the staff plan and manage, which it does. But it's not about that. It's about every month when you get those statements and you open them up and you see all the different things that you pay for and subscribe to see the BraveMaker line item in there is a reminder that it's not this thing that maybe you supported or donated to that's out there, but it's this thing that you're part of and it's part of you. And I'd like you to consider donating that way so it becomes more of a part of who you are than just this thing that you support. And here's how it looks. $1,000 a month would help us produce and finish a documentary on anti-racism that follows Redwood City students and their journey to become anti-racist, and would help us put together curriculum with the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative to go along with that. $500 a month, we can create, write, and produce one short film on justice, diversity, and inclusion each year, at the same time empowering and training budding filmmakers. $100 a month would support a student intern as they learn to navigate their careers. $50 a month supports production of 2 podcasts a month. Every dollar has impact. For transparency, I commit $500 a month to BraveMaker, which for me is a brave amount. But, well, there you go. Thanks for being part of today. It's been a real thrill to see so much participation and enthusiasm. And thanks for listening and considering. Peace.
Well, it's
So
really
good.
it's so humbling to see all that we have been able to do in a few short years. And it's not about me; it truly isn't. It's about this collective, that what we're doing together. So thank you, Dan, for being a leader on our board and helping pave the way. And thanks for your transparency and for your generosity to pledge monthly. I want you to know, like, our monthly givers are about 15 people a month. It's super small. The rest of our funding comes from grants and one-time gifts, which we welcome. One-time gifts, everything, every single thing helps. And I have a student, a college student, who gives $5 a month. And she said, I wish it could be more. I'm like, hey, I know what you're giving up. You're giving up 1 cup of coffee a month. So I'm grateful. Don't you dare apologize for what you're giving. Every bit helps. So can I encourage you to consider partnering with us today? You can just text the word BraveMaker to 44321 right on your phone, and you'll get a link that you can give. And $25 a month, $50 a month, this really will go a long way. But we're definitely hoping for some real large, generous givers so we can make this documentary and continue to do some really great work. If you want to send checks, you can also do that too. You saw it's 233 Topaz. Jessica will put this in the chat, 233 Topaz, Redwood City, California, 94062, or just go to bravemaker.com/donate. I'm very grateful for everybody in that video. I kind of got a little choked up seeing all the pictures and the faces and the people. And we're not even done yet. We still have 2 big things to share with you, because I know some of you are here for Piccolo. But Christina, any thoughts before we move forward?
Give what you can, do what you can, and don't delay. I feel like sometimes we mean to do well and we put it on our calendar, we write it down. Just, take a pause right now and just do it now. Just get it done.
Do it now. Take a pause. While you're doing it, I'll tell you that Kristen Boyce won raffle number 2. So you get an Amazon card or iTunes card. We still have 1 more to go. So raffle 3 is going to come after Piccolo. So stand by. So what in the world is Piccolo? Piccolo is this great project that I want to give a shout out to Valerie Kumra that came out of her brain. She is this wonderful woman, mother, wife, an artist and singer, and has this wonderful story that was intended and still will be a children's book. And when she told me about the children's book, excuse me, I got to swig my, here we go. swig my sweet tea mocktail. She told me about this book and she trusted me to take it to LA and cast some voice actors. You can check it out at piccolostory.com or on Instagram. We just started our Instagram at Piccolo Story. But we're really excited to share the debut episode, and you're going to get to meet later. So stand by. You're going to get to meet Jared Anderson, who wrote this amazing theme song for Piccolo. But I think it's important for you to see the short first, to see the first episode of Piccolo, and then we're going to watch Piccolo together. So I hope you're all ready for this, because this has been a long time coming. Valerie texted me today saying a year ago we were recording the voices. A year ago today, I had no idea that that was the case. So this is really, really fun and means a lot. And there's been so many collaborators on this project. This is an animatic form because animation takes a long time. That's why Pixar takes like 4 years to make a movie. So this is a 8-minute short episode. We're pitching this to more studios and producers. We're also going to keep funding it ourselves with your help. We're not going to wait. So you'll find out more about that in a second. But let me share with you the wonderful Piccolo for the very, very first time. So turn up your volume so you can hear the music, and I'll make sure that I'm muted and you can't see me anymore. Here we go.
P-I-C-C-O-L-O, you're playing our favorite song.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Hi there. Can I join along? I'm Piccolo.
No thanks.
We're good.
Goodness. Hi there. Can I join along? I'm here. I'm ready.
Ow! Ow! No.
Nope.
Sorry.
Sorry it didn't work out.
Here. Doesn't look like any of
us. Hi.
I'm sorry, little thing. Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? You don't belong in our song. Run along. Move on. Make your way. Scat. That is enough out of you! We are rehearsing for the Queen. Be quiet and go away. Stop disrupting our royal work. Such a pity. An unfortunate mistake. Now, where were we? Right.
Why does nobody like me?
Oh, this is lovely. Oh, just lovely. Oh. Hey, oh my God, you look wonderful. So beautiful. Marvelous. Tiara. Oh, hi there. Hi. Hi, Tubas. I see you. Wait. Someone's missing. Stop. Stop. Stop everything.
Yes, Your Majesty?
Piccolo, where has he gone? I sent him here specifically to participate in this symphony. He was meant to play in my royal orchestra.
Oh, shoot. We did not know what to do with him, Your Majesty, so I sent him away.
You have made a grave error. He is a delightful work of art. Piccolo is exquisite, handcrafted. This Piccolo was made to play a very special part. Come, we must find him at once and restore him to his rightful place. Piccolo, where are you? Please, Piccolo. Oh, please come out, come out. Piccolo? Piccolo? Oh, my beloved Piccolo! You have a special place in my heart and always will, no matter what anyone says.
Come, little Piccolo, take your rightful place. We did not see, nor did we know, how special you truly are to the Queen. She has indeed called you. Your destiny awaits.
We're so sorry. So sorry. Forgive us, Piccolo. I'll forgive you. I will. And I'll call you my friends. Just please promise me that you won't do it again.
I have wronged you. We all have. Please, forgive us.
Oh, I know this is hard, but you can do it. You can do it. I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you.
And there he goes, the Piccolo. I just love this story. Doesn't the world need a little bit more of Piccolo? We are going to... Yeah, that was your first time seeing it too, right, Christina?
I'm seeing it. It's fantastic.
Yay. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Love your comments. Bravo. Adorable. Yes, yes. Thank you, Valerie, for bringing this little guy to life and all his friends. And we are going to be treated now with a live playing from Jared Anderson, who wrote the theme song. And we will be sending you all the recording of this at a later date because he did a really cool mixed version of it. So Jared, we are bringing you on. You are unmuted. I think you just have to turn on your camera, and we're going to see this live. But go to Piccolo Story on Instagram. Go to Piccolo Story on the web, piccolostory.com, and you can follow more. But we want to bring this to a series. We want to write more episodes. In fact, Valerie and I have a whole five series plan where there are going to be about 10 episodes each. And there's going to be, themes about life and inclusivity and love and chosen family. What does it look like to be, a part of a community that welcomes you as you are, an anti-bullying community? So, Jared, how you doing? You there?
Hey, can you hear me, bud?
Can hear you. Can't see you though.
I'm trying. I really.
No worries.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I don't know why this has worked so many times for me.
No worries. I'm gonna make you a co-host right now. So now you can co-host.
Okay.
Maybe that helps. I don't know. Just make bottom left your video. Put your video on there, maybe.
Yeah, I have it on, and it's
weird.
It's let me try and log out and rejoin.
Yeah, log right back out. No worries.
Thanks for your patience, guys.
As Jared does that, again, can I just remind you that we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we need your support to create this stuff. Not a lot of organizations are surviving these days, and not only do I benefit in my family, which, shout out to my family for going on this journey, my wife and kids. It's very entrepreneurial. It's like a startup. It's very unstable. The artistic life, shout out to all the creatives out there who are making it happen. You must go after your dreams. You must go after your dreams. I know it's hard, but that's why BraveMaker is here, to help you, to support you, to convince you that the stories that you have within you need to be told. So if you can spare $25 a month for the work that we're doing, that'll make a difference. $100 a month can help us. $100 a month will help us support our student interns and the communication team. We're trying to, it's funny. I was thinking today, we're all volunteers, everybody who works so hard. And then when we get the ability to, pay people and compensate, we're so excited to get gigs that help, pay the bills. But I was thinking we are all happily, scrappily making this work. We're all willing to do whatever it takes. And, I don't have a communication director. It's me. I got a great team of people who help create social media posts and stuff for us, and join us, along for the journey. But it's all of us together working it out, making it happen. But we got big dreams and big visions for what the future is going to do. So we really would encourage you to join us, bravemaker.com/donate. We're going to keep dreaming. Thank you, Juanisa, for your comment. All right, Jared.
Tony,
yeah.
Tony, go back to that expression. What is that? Happily, scrappily?
Happily, scrappily, or happily, scrappily making it together. Yeah.
I've never heard that. I love that.
No worries. Jared, do you just want to play? I guess. I mean, the funny thing is, we had you record a video just in case this happened.
Right. Maybe you close your eyes for this one.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna close our eyes. Go for it, Jared. It's all you.
You spent forever in the great unknown. I'm so happy that you found the open door. You've heard the music since the day you were born. Your melody is too beautiful to ignore. But life has not been easy. An endless sea of misunderstanding. But it won't go to waste. Make no mistake, you've got a part to play. And everyone's listening in the symphony. You color up the gray. You're playing our favorite song. Playing our favorite song. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Sometimes it takes a queen to call out your name. You should never ever have to hide your face. Don't hide your face. Make no mistake, you've got a part to play, and everyone's listening in the symphony. You color up the gray, playing our favorite song, playing our favorite song. And I put this in the part of the song just in case you can't remember how to spell it. Well, P-I-C-C-O-L-O. You play our favorite song, Piccolo. P-I-C-C-O-L-O. You don't ever walk alone, Piccolo. You never walk alone, Piccolo.
Yeah, Jared! P-I-C-C-O-L-O. Yeah, baby.
You know, a little spelling lesson, never hurt anybody.
I love it. Jared, you are so great. Thank you so much. I will post that video so everyone can see him doing it too. So you see his face as he does it, as he goes. Is that this called the falsetto when you go so high? Like, that's just crazy. I love that.
I have to channel my inner angel Dolly Parton voice.
Right on, little Dolly, yes. Which, interestingly enough, trivia, the guy who voiced Piccolo, Aidan Langford, was in Dolly Parton's Netflix show called Heartstrings, I think is what it's called.
Let's go.
So there you go, the connection, the weaving is there, yes.
6 degrees right there.
Jared, post your Instagram or however people can follow you. We're really grateful you're a part of this this show, this movement, this story of Piccolo, and we know we're going to be partnering with you in the future as we continue to raise funds and create this momentum that started by Valerie. So huge thanks to Valerie, who's in the chat, for dreaming up this beautiful little story. We're grateful to partner with you, Val.
The best.
All right, thank you, Jared. You get to tell me a number, 1 through 50.
1 through 50. I'm gonna go with 22 because catch 22.
Catch 22. Okay, cool. You got to come back after this video. We're gonna show one more video and then we're done with this party, y'all. Here's one more story video from all the wonderful people who are part of BraveMaker, and this is another inspiration to you. Why would you want to support the work of BraveMaker? Well, here's some incentive because these lives are being impacted.
Pretty much everything has been BraveMaker willing to take a risk by bringing me in and taking it a step further, going the extra mile. Tony saw that I was tweeting a screenshot of my draft. He reached out to me and said, hey, I'm doing this screenwriting seminar, you should come do it. That was just a willingness to bring someone into the fold. So I did, and then I had talked more and more about my emerging work in progress, Abandon All Hope. And Tony said, hey, if you want to do an online reading of your script, like a table read, let me know, because I really want to do something like that with BraveMaker. I thought he was just being nice, but I reached out, and turns out he was very much planning to go through on that. I would not have gotten the chance to bring Abandon All Hope to life in the middle of global pandemic if it weren't for BraveMaker daring greatly and bringing me into the fold. So thank you so much, Tony, and thank you so much, BraveMaker. I very much appreciate everything you do, and I look forward to many more years of collaborating with you.
I knew pretty much zero about film, like the extent of maybe watching movies or recording like little home videos was all I knew. And now I've been involved in pre-production and on film sets and on different roles, and you know, I feel a little bit more comfortable in areas that I never thought I would. And that's really great. I'm not originally from the US, and sometimes it could be lonely here, but I always knew that I had this kind of chosen family to spend time with. Whenever I come on to a set, or when I join one of our film screenings, or when I just come into the office, I'm met with kindness, I'm met with love, and it's just been a really great experience for me. Not a lot of places necessarily feel safe for me, and that might be hard to say, but it's true. And BraveMaker is one of those places that does feel like a safe space, and I hope that it's that for other people. And I'm sure other people have stories about that as well. I wouldn't trade my time there for anything, and I just look forward to everything that we continue to do together in the future.
BraveMaker is an organization that allows creative individuals from all backgrounds and all walks of life to come and create content that inspires and changes the world. And one example of that is a short film it's actually a short film. It's a short TV show that I have on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube called Motivation Mondays, where people will come on to the show and answer one question: what gets them up in the morning to do what they do? So BraveMaker has helped me do things like that to help change the world from a more internal perspective, where people of all walks of life are able to relate to the content that I'm putting out. And that is one way BraveMaker has helped me, and that is one way BraveMaker has helped individuals in general.
I met BraveMaker through Facebook. I remember I saw someone post. In that time I had no idea about Tony. I think he posted on a film group where he needed volunteers. And we had a chat, very spiritual chat. And Tony said, yeah, come over. I was still discovering what I wanted to do with, what I wanted to share with people. And that's how I started BraveMakers. It has been a beautiful experience since, since the people that I have met through Tony and all the projects that we have done together, and see how BraveMakers have grown so big now, and all the people that are still coming, and the new projects that we decide to do together. It has been a blessing in my life, I think forever.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. That got me in the feels. Nadia got me in the feels, and I miss seeing everybody in person. I miss the fact that we have to, we can't be all bundled together in this very room, this headquarters and office that I'm in right now. So thank you all so much for making this possible. We need you. We need your help to keep doing this work, to keep collaborating, to keep telling the stories, to do Wheel Queens podcast and our anti-racism documentary, and to see these budding, emerging storytellers feel seen and valued. The work of seeing yourself and representation is a sacred work, and we're going to keep doing that. So join us, would you? Christina, any final thoughts as we kick off? Take off.
Absolutely. What we're doing is sacred work, and it's beautiful to have everyone together in a loving, harmonious environment, all uniting for the same cause, to bring brave stories to life. And it's been exhilarating, Tony. This pivot has been shocking, right? And amazing. And I can't wait to see what's to come.
I sometimes can be the eternal optimist, and then I have these big crashes. I fall, when things don't go my way. But that's the only way that I could cope, is by believing for the future big things. We are trying to create a company, a production company. We're trying to create a movement. We're trying to create a community, a crew of people. And we're doing really, not just artistic work, but we're doing human work. Like, our souls are being satisfied. We're finding ourselves being healed, and we're being able to move forward through a lot of the trauma. Let's not take this for granted. We're all collectively going under a trauma through this pandemic. And if you're a woman or a person of color, or the LGBTQIA communities, that is even exponentially more. And I say BraveMaker is here to see the change happen. So I invite you to text the word BraveMaker to 44321. And please don't censor yourself. No amount is too low or too high. $5 a month, $25 a month, $100 a month. If you do $100 a month for a year, you're supporting our student interns. If you do $500 a month for a year, we're able to make one short film. And if you're able to do $1,000 a month for 1 year, we're going to have an anti-racism documentary that's just going to boggle the stratosphere of the conversation, because we're going to hear from students who are leading the way. And we need your partnership to do that. So thank you so much. Christina, this is great. Thanks for your time.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm ready for a real drink, I think. So cheers. Cheers one last time with my mocktail. Please go to bravemaker.com/donate. If you want to send in a check, we'll email you for all that information. But follow along on our stuff. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. We need you. This is so great. I'm going to check one last time the chat. Killer Couch, somebody asked about. That's coming out next week. There's just too many things going on.
Yeah,
it's so fun, but we look forward to more. We appreciate all of you. Okay. All right.
Cheers.
What do we always say, Christina? Brave stories change the world.
And you are the story.
Yes. All right. Peace. Till next time.